In 2014, the gaming world was caught off guard. What was marketed as a prologue, a short preview of an upcoming masterpiece, ended up doing something few full-price games could even dream of. It challenged expectations, redefined scope, and demonstrated that sometimes less truly is more. It wasn't just a mission, it was a manifesto. To understand how we got Ground Zeroes, we have to understand what came before. The Metal Gear franchise, helmed by visionary director Hideo Kojima, was never small. It didn't do subtle. It was Shakespeare by way of anime and action cinema, layered with philosophy, satire, and deeply human emotion. By the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, the series had reached high levels of complexity. And Kojima, he was a man looking for evolution. The industry was changing. Open worlds were no longer novel. They were expected. And Kojima didn't just adapt, he transformed. And from that evolution came Ground Zeroes, a single mission in a single location, and yet somehow it felt limitless. Camp Omega, a fictional black site modeled after Guantanamo Bay, steeped in secrecy and menace. At a glance, it's compact, tight, even, but in practice, it's a sandbox of endless possibilities. There are no objective markers cluttering your screen, no minimap, no hand-holding, just you, the environment, and your choices. You could snipe your way through, or ghost the entire mission without being seen, or mess up royally and adapt on the fly. This wasn't a tutorial, it was a thesis statement. Kojima didn't just want you to use the mechanics, he wanted you to master them, and more importantly, he trusted you to do so. Each inch of Camp Omega was meticulously crafted, not to restrict, but to invite, to reward curiosity, to challenge you to improvise, to redefine what stealth could mean. When Ground Zeroes was announced, the backlash was swift. A demo for $30? But what critics missed, at least at first, was that Ground Zeroes wasn't about size, it was about density. It was a vertical slice of Kojima's vision, focused, redefined, play-tested to near perfection. Each side op warped Camp Omega into something fresh. Suddenly, the same guard placement felt unfamiliar, the same routes riskier. It encouraged experimentation, not with new environments, but with new approaches. And that's the genius. Kojima gave players a playground, and instead of adding more toys, he challenged them to play better. Under the hood, Ground Zeroes was powered by something extraordinary, the Fox engine. Years in development, it poised to rival anything in the West. Animations were fluid, lightning was cinematic, enemy AI reacted with a shocking level of intelligence. But the Fox engine was more than tech. It was a canvas, a space where Kojima's ideas could finally move at the speed of imagination. And yet, it would be used only once in its purest form. The fallout between Kojima and Konami turned Ground Zeroes into a time capsule, a look at what could have been before everything fractured. More than its mechanics, what truly set Ground Zeroes apart was its tone. Gone were the wild flourishes, the over-the-top boss fights, the elaborate twists, and in their place, silence, guilt, and consequences. This was Metal Gear Unmasked, a brutal, unflinching look at the cost of war without the safety net of fantasy. The infamous Chico's tape, the extraction of Paz, moments so raw, so disturbing, they sparked debate even among longtime fans. Even the music, Here's to You, wasn't just a song, it was a eulogy, a protest, a final haunting goodbye to something sacred. 10 years later, Ground Zeroes still stands tall, not as a demo, not as a prelude, but as a masterclass in design restraint. It taught us that sometimes one well-crafted space is worth more than 100 forgettable ones. While Phantom Pain went bigger, arguably too big, Ground Zeroes stayed sharp, focused. It's the rare kind of experience that feels just as rewarding on the 10th playthrough as the first. They call it a demo, but Ground Zeroes was something else entirely. A whisper of greatness, a glimpse at a future that almost was, and a reminder that sometimes one mission is all it takes to leave a legacy. Thanks for watching. If this hit you in the nostalgia or made you want to reinstall Ground Zeroes, consider subscribing. There's more where this came from.